Incel.
Incel.
Oh my goodness gracious.
God damn, I just saw on Twitter Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife,
Yeah.
is dating Michael Jordan's son.
Nice. What's the
So
problem?
Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan were teammates back in the day. And Scottie Pippen was kind of the Robin to Jordan's Batman. And recently when there was like the documentary, The Last Dance about Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen started coming out. Scottie Pippen's been talking a game kind of like that. He wants to be the one is kind of the vibe I'm getting from Scottie Pippen over the last year or so.
What do you mean by the one?
Like he's kind of like he doesn't like being second fiddle to Michael Jordan, it seems, and he's kind of made some comments about kind of not like full on trashing Jordan, but he's saying a couple. I don't even remember what they were, but there were a couple things where it's kind of like, Scottie, what are you doing? You're like a legend. Everyone loves you. Why are you kind of saying some stuff like you're not Jordan, but it's still awesome. You're one of the best players ever, and now his ex-wife is dating Michael Jordan's son. 16 years age difference.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
What's the biggest age difference you've had between somebody?
I think when I was 19, I hooked up with a 29-year-old. We didn't date, but that was 10 years was my biggest
10, maybe
difference.
11? How about you?
I recently fucked a 24-year-old.
Ooh, how did that make you feel? Like a big, strong man?
Big, strong
when your
man.
old man cock went into that little fucking
Yeah.
Gen Z mouth.
Yes.
And you were like, damn, fucking 2 decades ago, this mouth was saying goo goo gaga.
Yeah.
Now it's saying, oh, let me go, please. I'm sorry.
Do you think it's okay to date?
Apologizing.
Do you guys think it's okay to date your teammate's child?
I think it's okay to do whatever the fuck you want without
Yeah.
consequences, but only if you're the GOAT or the son of the GOAT.
Scottie Pippen's got to chill. I'm getting a little annoyed thinking about how he's like, oh, but I'm not Michael Jordan. Guess what? Everyone that's not Michael Jordan is not Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Except Michael B. Jordan.
He be Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Wait, okay. I keep... so it's his...
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife
His ex-wife.
is dating Michael Jordan's son.
How does that make you feel? Horny?
Oh, well, that must make Scottie Pippen even more annoyed.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
Because at first I'm like, I was thinking from Michael Jordan. I'm like, why would Michael Jordan care about that? But you're saying...
Yeah, it seems like it would upset Scottie more. And it's going viral now because they were at the Chargers game together.
Uh-oh.
And someone with a video like ran up to them was like, oh my God, Michael Jordan's son dating Larsa Pippen.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean sick as in cool, not sick as in un-American.
A woman 16 years older than you. 16-year gap regardless is unusual, but especially when the genders are that way.
Yeah.
A woman 16 years older. So I get. Does this guy have kids? I guess he doesn't want kids.
Yeah, I don't know. He's our age, Bobby. He's born in 1990.
Okay.
But
That's
yeah.
the coolest thing you can do. When like you're like a little ass kid and you're like, whose wife are you gonna have? And it's like whoever Scottie Pippen's married to.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's this
You're
kind
like, I haven't thought about that. I just want to be cool like this guy.
Do you think Michael Jordan was telling his like preteen son, when you grow up, make sure you fuck Scottie Pippen's wife?
Maybe. I don't
Hate
know.
that guy.
There were never any reports about them having beef when they were teammates. But after like the documentary came out, apparently Scottie Pippen was upset that it there was like one thing I just saw where someone asked, why didn't Scottie Pippen ever win Defensive Player of the Year? Because he was a great defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
And Scottie Pippen responded, they must have been too busy watching Michael Jordan.
Oh no.
That's
Yeah.
not even like, I don't
Poor
know,
Scottie.
dude. I feel bad for him though, because like if you're just talking,
Yeah.
you know, especially it's not a tweet, it's fucking, you're just answering questions. And what the fuck are you supposed to say to that? Oh, I'm actually not a good defensive person.
Well, he also
defensive person. Listen
he's
how
like-
much I know about basketball.
Yeah, he said like our friendship is not what people saw on TV. So
Oh,
it's all
jeez. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there's like legit beef between Michael
Uh-oh.
Jordan's never really said anything, but Scottie Pippen there was this whole 10-part. Everyone always just thought the Bulls, the 90s, great team. Pippen and Jordan, they were unbelievable.
but I'm sure-
and then this documentary came out about Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen was like, I didn't like the way I was portrayed because I was just kind of a secondary character. And
You are a secondary character.
yeah.
Dude, just be happy you're not unloading boxes at UPS. Jesus.
Why?
Oh, I'm only the second most popular basketball player and I'm a millionaire.
Not the second.
Hoo-hoo.
I think Charles Barkley would be second.
Oh, I
after
don't
Michael
know.
Jordan.
I don't know this
In
shit,
the
man.
90s? All right, well, let's break it down.
So-
Michael Jordan, number 1. Number 2, Bugs Bunny of the Toon Squad. Number 3,
Kobe Bryant's helicopter pilot. So Scottie Pippen came out with a memoir last year, and
Who's reading that?
in the memoir.
Besides Matt. I'm sure Matt will read it.
I haven't read it, but that is those are the kind of books I read.
Uh-huh.
And in that, he was mad at the documentary because it glorified Michael Jordan while not giving nearly enough praise to me and my proud teammates.
Good
Oh,
for
he
him.
added my teammates at the end because he started to realize how much of a fucking narcissist he sounded like.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Wow.
The quote, "How dare Michael treat us that way after everything we did for him and his precious brand? To make things worse, Michael received $10 million for his role in the doc, while my teammates and I didn't earn a dime.
Oh, no.
Michael and I aren't close and never have been."
He can't mean
It's
that.
like, yeah, so there's like all this stuff that we didn't win 6 championships because he got on guys, and we won in spite of his getting on guys, because like, yeah, there was stuff about how Michael Jordan was really like yelling at people in practice, getting in fights with people.
Wow,
and the
rude.
story is kind of being told like there's always been told that that's the kind of crazy competitor he was, and that helped the team win. And Pippen's just kind of just poking holes in all this stuff, but never really said anything up until the last few years. Now all of
Yeah.
a sudden he's just like, actually, it was all of us, not just MJ.
Mercy.
I do sort of. I'm interested in the accusation that Jordan yelling at everyone was actually a hindrance, not helpful.
Yeah, there's some stuff in
yeah.
there where it's like there could be some, like there's a story of him punching Steve Kerr in the face in a practice, and Steve Kerr having a bloody nose.
Nice, dude.
And then in the
like when I
finals-
broke Matt's arm and
Yeah.
framed a black guy for doing
Yeah.
it, you know? And we're like, all right, well, to save the brand,
Right.
we'll say Matt was stupidly broke his arm wrestling at a Halloween show against a black guy, when in reality, he put out several Instagram clips that were not up to standards. So
Yeah.
I broke
Yeah.
his arm as a message.
Yeah, and the special effects we did on that video of me arm wrestling the black guy was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to ILM videos to
Yes.
edit that all together, man.
But yeah, it's there's some of that. That year, Steve Kerr hits like a game-winning shot in the finals. They win the championship, and Steve Kerr now coaches the Warriors, and they've both talked about it in separate interviews and kind
Steve
of like
Kerr?
Steve Kerr, the Warriors head coach.
Isn't his father Nick?
Wow, Joe knows so much about basketball.
I didn't know how much you knew about basketball.
I know
Joe.
about that. I know about the Nick Kerr dynasty. What?
He's talking about the Knickerbockers,
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
the Kerr Dynasty.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, so they there is like some of that stuff is sure, it takes more than just one player to win. There is like a team, but it is weird that Scottie Pippen's just going on this like tirades all of a sudden. The memoir thing, I don't know how good of a move the memoir is.
Did it scare you that he did that?
Not just in general, like the Matthew Perry memoir. It just leads to like clickbait articles, and I don't know how much. I guess you make a bunch of money from them. Like I used to think the idea of a memoir is pretty cool, but like I've read a lot of like biographies, autobiographies, and stuff like that. But some people, it seems kind of like I don't know. Matthew Perry did it, and he just made a couple of random jokes about Keanu Reeves, and that's all anyone was talking about for a week. He just like in his autobiography like talked about River Phoenix dying and was like how talented he was and how sad it was he died. And he goes, and yet Keanu Reeves still walks among us. And then later on made the same joke, and people were like, what the fuck's up
Yeah.
with Keanu Reeves? And then he just goes, he like released an apology saying, I was just trying to pick a random name. I didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah, well, that's
His editor
funny
should've
if he didn't
fucking
pick like
fallen
those like Reddit fucking people love Keanu Reeves for no specific reason.
This is
'cause he's a
John
tough-
Wick.
Well, he
Yeah.
also had like a tough life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he married an old bitch.
Yeah.
Well, he's dating an old bitch. Let's not get carried away.
Okay.
His original bitch died.
Really?
Yeah, it's sad.
That is
He had
sad.
like a bunch of sad stuff, like his parents were killed.
Yeah, like those
Yeah.
guys killed his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he had to spend all that time traveling. I
Yeah.
want to time travel with my friend to
Yeah.
get a passing grade.
I don't know much about this Keanu Reeves story. His parents both died.
Yeah, he just had like a tough life. Like a bunch of bad shit happened to him, but
Yeah.
like he always is like very generous with his money and doesn't really have a bunch of stuff.
And he'll like sign an autograph no matter what.
Yeah,
or
he'll,
take a
like-
picture no matter what.
Yeah,
And
he'll
he
always be, like,
never
super
touches
nice.
a woman's shoulder when he takes a picture with them.
Ooh.
You ever see those pictures?
Oh, he doesn't hover hand, does he?
Yeah.
Oh my God! But
I
he's a
saw-
handsome actor.
There's
You have to hover
yeah,
hand.
Yeah, there was a picture of a compilation of him hover handing on so many different photos, and like Keanu ain't taking any chances.
Yeah. I guess I mean it's better than fucking smelling people's hair.
Yeah.
You know,
Like Joe Biden.
like Joe Biden.
Are you gonna vote for Donald Trump now that he's gonna be running?
No.
Why?
Bobby, you're gonna lose his Patreon
I know.
subscribers with talk like that.
Yeah, this is the public YouTube, man. You have to take a stance.
I just wait. No, I'm not wishy-washy. I said no.
Why?
I
You have to take the right stance, is what Joe is saying.
I see.
Come on, Bobby. Be like the rest of us.
I don't know if I could also like Joe is the I vote for Trump guy, but like what do I do? Also be that?
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta have
Is
some
Joe the I vote
diversity.
for Trump guy? Joe hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
No, Joe has said that on mic. He says he votes for Trump. Off mic, once he said he voted for Joe Biden. So if you're gonna bully me for saying I voted for Joe Biden, you gotta bully Joe too.
I never voted for Joe Biden.
He did.
Yeah, I
He
think
did.
Joe said it would be funny.
He's from California.
Yeah. I'm a registered Republican. There's actually
You're a
huge,
registered Republican?
There's a huge
This
amount
is
of
the face of the
registered
Republican
That's
Party.
right, baby.
And by that I mean he's shaped like a baby elephant.
That's the way to do it. I tell you, man, like now that I'm making some serious money because the
Yeah.
podcast is doing so well, I'm
Yeah.
a tried and true Republican.
Yeah. That's the goal.
yeah.
The goal is to get enough money on the Patreon that Bobby votes for Donald Trump.
All comedians are actually Republicans, whether they admit it or not.
No, their parents are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then by proxy, they are unless they kill their parents.
Yeah.
Friend of mine, Dan Parafan,
Yes.
is
He's your friend?
yeah, we're boys.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you disagree with that
No, he's
arrangement?
my
or-
friend too. I'm shocked. I'm
Shocked
shocked you
that
haven't
you
all
two have
gotten
We could have a few
tea
mutuals.
together.
Yeah, we have tea and we spill the tea, as it were.
Interesting.
But he was going on this crusade of exposing comedians for being wealthy.
Yeah.
It's
Really,
very
that's
funny.
his fucking crusade. It's not lose like 100 pounds.
Yeah, he
He
could
looks
do
like he's
that
about
too.
to have a fucking heart attack. Why does
Yeah.
he like care about everyone's
Hey,
bank
he's not at
statement?
Kane weight anymore.
Yes. He's not a cane weight. There was one point where he got so fat he had to walk around with the cane. He didn't
Yikes.
have an injury. He was actually just so fat he needed a cane.
Like the kingpin.
Yes.
But because there was she wasn't a comedian. I guess she was a musician, but she tweeted something annoying along the lines of like, "I wish I was just a mediocre white man, so I wouldn't have to work as hard as I have to as a woman."
Yeah.
And he just found out that her dad is a billionaire and she has a trust fund.
Yeah.
Which when I see a tweet like that, I'm like, that's 1,000% what it is.
Yeah.
Like
Who was the woman
100,000.
that said that?
I don't remember her name. I truly don't remember her
Well,
name.
we should
Joseph,
pay
I'm
her a
sorry.
little visit. So why don't you better fucking think? I would love to torture Robert and get all these fucking names that he clearly has
Yeah.
in his mind. He's protecting all these people, and he also wants to criticize them.
Yeah. Get him, Joey.
Yeah, he wants to use. I want to use my platform, but I don't want to have the consequences of my opinion come back.
Right.
Joe
Oh,
can't
yeah.
conceive
Yeah.
of me not remembering somebody's name when it happens to me, even when I've known a comedian for over a year.
Like who?
But how would I answer that question? Name
Bobby, tell
someone
us
you
some
don't.
of tell us all the names of comedians you've forgotten.
It's actually I really do think I'd be at least minusculely more further along in comedy if I could just remember people's goddamn fucking names.
I think
the
it's-
key
I
to
think-
that is the key to success. in
I have
comedy.
a notes app in my phone
Yeah.
where I'll write people's names down with like big tits Veronica, short Asian Jeremy. And
Matt, no sleeves, untoned arms.
yeah. Oh, careful. We like to
Watch
joke
out.
around. He's joking. He's joking.
Oh, I don't know anymore, dude.
As soon as I'm not able to do 100 push-ups every day for a month, and now
It's over, dude.
it's over.
And now Robert's the most shredded dude on Locker Room Talk.
This is a lot of
I'm
responsibility.
pretty shredded still.
Yeah,
I think,
especially right
I think
there.
my arms are way more cut than Bobby's.
If you're just listening, you want to turn on the video so you could see Matt's disgusting scar.
Yeah. Had my first day of physical therapy today.
How did that go?
It was nice. It hurt. I have to do stretches that hurt. The office that I go to is all Filipino women, which I did not know before going there. I just looked up.
Is that the whole
ones.
thing? Is it called all Filipino women physical therapy?
It's actually called Jollibee.
Nice.
You just went to a Jollibee, but they're too agreeable to not just rub your arm or whatever.
Yeah. They rubbed lotion on the scar and told me I need to apply that. Which my theory is that's what happens when a black man breaks your arm. You have to put cocoa butter on.
Yeah, man.
Chicken grease too.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
And Kool-Aid. But yeah, they so I do the stretches. I have to do it 3 days a week now. And we'll see if I end up with the Filipino child bride by the end of it.
That would be pretty fucking cool,
Yeah.
dude.
Can you move your
Filipinos are honestly so delicious. And when I went to the Times Square Jollibee,
Yeah.
I think I went with Mark, and I was in love with the food, but also the beautiful women serving it.
Yeah.
I know we got some listeners in the Philippines. Ladies, assuming you're 18 or older, please send me a picture of your titties.
Yeah.
Or a video.
Send us those Jollibee
Well, the
cups.
age of
Yeah.
consent. The age of consent in the Philippines is 14.
I'm old school, man. You got to be 18 and graduated from high school. Those are my
What about
parameters.
17, state of consent in New York.
18, graduated from high school,
Wait, what
or
if they're-
GED.
What? Yeah.
Why?
Well,
What
wait.
if they're 18?
Yeah,
What if
what
they're
if they're,
19 with no GED?
Yeah.
19 out of high school. No. If
What if
they're
it's like a
19
30
and still in high school,
Yeah.
I think they have more important things to get together in their life than to fuck me. But the two things together, 18, graduated high school. If they're 19, I'm not asking about high school status.
Okay. Yeah. If they're
29,
Yeah.
they have a GED, but they're legally retarded.
Wow, that is a head scratcher. Wow, legally retarded.
What about
What about illegally retarded,
that?
huh?
Yeah. But
That just means illegally retarded is when I'm you fucking retard, and it's I've been designated as illegally retarded.
I go-
Because
What
there's no
about-
official diagnosis aside from the fact that
Yeah.
a very funny guy gave a very astute
With
observation.
no degree, with no
what
doctorate.
about illegally retarded but has a high school degree?
Okay. Damn, there's so many.
Yeah.
You know what? When you're a kid, you just think life is so simple.
Yeah.
But then you grow up and you get these curveballs people throw at you.
Right.
And you don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah. But so my physical therapist, she's older and she's
Ooh.
wearing a mask, so I don't.
How
really
old?
get a
What's the
good
what's
view.
the age gap between you and her?
I would say she's probably at least 10 years older than me.
Ooh, 10 to 16.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then there's the girls, the receptionists. Everyone in the office is Filipino, by the way.
What's the oldest woman you would have sex with, Matt?
Oldest? I could see 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's pictures. Jennifer Lopez is 50. And she's
Yeah,
so looks hot.
Jennifer Lopez is the one everyone goes to.
Yeah. Or Chrissy Brinkley was hot. And, she's hot, and she's, I think, 60 something.
Yeah, but then you got Christina Applegate, who was hot, and then all of a sudden she gets MS.
Yeah.
And now she's not. Isn't that scary?
Yeah, for a hot
How can
girl
you
to
love
get a
a woman-
debilitating disease and not be hot anymore.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
How
Yeah.
can you love someone forever if they're gonna get not hot and die?
Oh, I mean, you said date. You didn't say love forever.
No, that's
Yeah,
it,
no,
it
I would
goes
never.
hand in hand.
I would never do that.
It goes hand in hand. That's the locker room talk code.
Yeah, although Asians age gracefully. Oh no, Asians do well and they fall off a cliff.
Yeah, it's from up
And then
until
Jake Paul films them.
Yes,
up until.
it was Logan Paul who filmed them,
I'm sorry.
Bobby.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
How cool would it be? He's this next fight is dedicated to that Asian person that killed themselves in the
Yeah.
fucking forest. I would love to see a fucking dead body. Have you?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw a dead body?
I don't think I ever have.
Faggot.
You never been to a wake?
Oh, well, for Jewish funeral, they don't do you don't see the dead body.
Yeah,
like
that is a weird thing that us Gentiles do. Is
Yeah.
we look at the dead body.
Is it
Yeah.
because the rabbis take all the gold fillings out of their teeth? So it's like, oh, they must never know.
Yeah, I wanted to see my grandma, but I had to do it through a hole in a sheet.
Nice, dude.
I've seen 2 dead bodies on subway platforms.
What, did you cry?
No, I actually was weirded out by not feeling anything.
Oh, I guess it's
really?
possible.
Yeah.
You are a little sociopath or something, dude.
I guess it's
Something
possible.
gonna happen.
I may have seen dead bodies just like in the streets of New York and not known it was
But
a dead
I
body.
knew because they were surrounded by paramedics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
And,
they're
and,
like,
you know, there's this
okay.
there's this plasticness to them. You know right away.
yeah.
Yeah.
scared.
No, I mean it was being handled.
Ooh.
I had a psychopathic moment similar to that, by the way, when I was in a car with Dan Parafan and another comedian. We saw that a car had flipped on its side. This is like in Jackson Heights.
Yeah.
So there's like 2-lane highways, quote unquote, but you can't really be going that fast because there's stoplights every block or so.
Yeah.
But it had happened. Like we didn't see it happen. But the cops just got there. Like you could see people were getting situated and still figuring out the situation. And a car is on its side,
Oh no.
and the windshield is completely shattered. And people are slowing down and rubbernecking or whatever. And like Dan and this other comedian are like, "Oh my god, do you think they're okay?" And I'm just making jokes right away.
Oh, Robert, no. Tell me this is no.
Is that wrong?
Somebody might be dead, Bobby.
Right, but it's
Making
being
jokes?
handled. I'm not going to make jokes if I see it happen. I'm going to call 911, blah, blah, blah. But the cops were there. It's being handled.
Yeah.
What else am I going to do besides make jokes?
You could not be
Ooh.
such a heartless little punk.
Yeah.
Nah,
Someone's-
I want to be a heartless little punk.
Yeah.
So
I was
what,
surprised.
I'd be the same way. I'd be
Yeah,
making
yeah.
jokes, yeah.
what were the bits, Robert?
I don't remember. I wish I
Wow.
could. They were gold. I was getting in trouble for them. I should remember them.
Were you getting in trouble?
No, but they were like, oh, there was this. I thought the 3 of us were going to, if it was you guys,
Yeah.
the 3 of us, we would have been vibing right away, making
Yeah.
jokes. But they were like, hey, come on, man. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's
That
already
is
being
strange.
handled.
Well, because Daniel's shaped like an airbag, so
Yeah.
he probably it's a little bit close to home for him.
Daniel J. Parafan on Twitter is very funny.
He was like
Yeah.
the person that died in that car crash didn't make enough money for us to make fun of them.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. It has to be. We got to make sure that we're punching up and not down.
Yeah.
Who
But,
thinks the richest comic in New York?
I mean, Chloe Branch isn't
Really?
that like definitively? Doesn't she talk about being like an heiress?
Yeah.
How much money do you think she's worth?
I don't know, but I'm not. Am I? You guys pulled back a little bit. Is that not true?
No, I don't know.
I know she's talked about that before, but I don't know. I mean, there's others who may be richer.
Really?
Possibly.
I think anyone that
Dude,
makes,
listen
yeah.
to me. How fucking naive. I'm like, do you think there's more millionaire children doing comedy in
Yeah.
New York?
I think every millionaire's child does comedy.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett's son does comedy.
Really?
Yeah, Jacob Buffett.
Ugh.
Yeah. A lot of
You
there's
can
a
see
lot
him
of
at Comedy Fight Club
yeah
going up
Jacob
against
Buffett.
Greg Giraldo Jr.
Yeah.
for title of fucking heir to the fucking throne, wealth versus comedy.
Yeah, that's like the 2 ways to get further along in comedy. Is it's equal I'd say is having filthy rich parents and remembering people's names.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who cares, dude? Like they still like we have like they can put the same amount of content out that we can. It's just like they might have the ability to apply to a larger audience, but at the end of the day, man, racist podcasting is its own little demographic. And look
Yeah.
at us. We can sit here in my living room and say the N-word ad nauseum,
Yeah.
and eventually and that's going to be forever.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, then the people with like rich parents, they wish they could be us.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh cool.
They wish
Thank
they
God.
yeah.
They're like, I wish I was
probably,
this fucking fat, ugly
Yeah.
fucking idiot who fucking hates himself and puts a gun in his mouth every day, who doesn't have the courage to pull the fucking trigger. So
Yeah.
he does this shit.
It is frustrating to see people with just rich parents,
Like who?
or just rich or connections or everything. I don't know. I don't want to insult them directly. So if you are watching, please don't destroy us.
Actually, I don't care as long as
Don't go DEFCON 3 on us.
I actually don't care if somebody, because I'm like, I do take all the opportunities given
Yeah.
to them, so I don't care. But if someone like that woman that tweeted like, oh, I wish my life was as easy as a mediocre white man, that's annoying.
Who said that?
the musician woman I was talking about earlier.
Man.
Bobby can't remember names.
We should find out what venue she's playing at.
No, I mean I don't
Give
go
her a
to-
little get like
Yeah.
let's show her how difficult life can be, right, Bobby?
I don't
Yep.
go
That's what you
down
want to
these,
do, huh? You want to hurt this woman, damn, Bobby.
Yeah. I don't have
Got
these
all worked up.
spirals. Like some people completely spiral anytime it's like someone gets an opportunity.
Right.
And I'm not like that. I'm generally eyes on your own paper. But every once in a while you see someone get something, you're kind of like, can I get half of that?
Yeah.
Did you
The
hear
answer
that?
is no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hear that Sebastian Maniscalco? What's his name?
Maniscalco?
Yeah, Maniscalco. He's fucking opening for WrestleMania.
What?
Yeah, like WrestleMania Day 1.
That's real?
He's doing like a set.
Of all the comedians to get,
How does that make you feel?
It
Why don't
makes
you
me.
look in the fucking
It
shoot?
makes me-
Tell,
I'm going
tell
to-
Sebastian what's gonna happen.
I'm going to look directly in the camera and tell you that it makes me feel sad that my friend Joe Gorman would make something up like this to upset me. It took like 2 seconds before I'm like, Joe's dead. There's no. This is one of Joey Gorman's classic bits.
Damn, you know what's gonna happen is like they're gonna announce him. It's like, well, maybe we should have a special host for WrestleMania, and then Sebastian's gonna show up.
Well, they did the New Day, an act that was on the show that always did kind of comedy type bits, host WrestleMania one time. For a while back in like 10 years ago, every week on Monday Night Raw they had a celebrity guest host, and they would be in like bits backstage and announce matches, and some were good and some went terrible. It was a wide range of like they had some that were like fun, like Bob Barker came in and was super fun, but then they had Al Sharpton who did not know what he was doing. It's very funny to watch. They had 2 NASCAR drivers. They would just have people who had something to plug. And Dennis Miller did it one week, and it was just like he's trying to do Dennis Miller humor on Monday Night Raw.
Remember when John Cena screwed over, when Jon Stewart screwed over John Cena?
Yes.
To help out Seth Rollins?
Yeah, because he didn't want John Cena to break Ric Flair's record, and then John Cena lifted up Jon Stewart and body slammed him.
See, dude, you like wrestling.
Yeah. The celebrity stuff is pretty funny sometimes. It's almost like seeing an exhibit at a zoo. Like those guest hosts. Shaquille O'Neal did it once. He was really fun. Jeremy Piven mispronounced like the SummerSlam and called it like Summer Splash or something. Which is like, it's like if you were to call an Eminem movie 9 Mile. It's like the bit SummerSlam. You gotta know it.
I don't know anything about 9 Mile.
Why?
9 Mile is either all white people or all black people. I forget how it works.
Yeah. What I don't know. What is 8 Mile named after?
Because 8 Mile, there's 8 Mile Road in Detroit, and it like pretty much divides the working class black people and the middle class white people.
Okay.
Where did M live?
I think right off 8 Mile, but with the black people.
Yuck.
That was actually the tagline at 8 Mile. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fucking hang out with Eminem. I'd be like,
Oh,
dude.
you know what? I think 9 Mile is the white people and 7 Mile is the black people because when Eminem was beefing with ICP, he said, y'all ain't seen a road mile south of 10. So he's basically being like, you guys are so far Detroit, you don't even get below 10 Mile. That's how lily white you guys are.
He's ICP's not as Detroit as Eminem.
That's what he was saying while they had beef, I'm sure.
But I feel like
it's
ICP
different
might
now.
be a little more Detroit.
I don't know.
Because, like, people can, like, paint their face like ICP, but they can't paint their face like Eminem.
That's true.
Black people can paint their face like Eminem.
Yeah.
I try and paint my face like the guys on 7 Mile.
What's going to happen if, like, black people paint their face like Eminem? Their credit score goes up. People are, like, less terrified of them, you know?
Yeah. Probably. Oh, by the way, on the Patreon episode, you casually referenced Colorado Springs, and it wasn't until afterwards I saw that there was a shooting that happened there.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I thought it was... I thought
Oh,
you
at the
just
gay bar.
At the gay bar. Yeah, I thought you just randomly said Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So I just saw that there was a shooting and it was like hate crime against gay. I haven't heard any details though. What happened there? Bobby, you're where I get my news from.
It was actually it was a locker room talk listener.
Yeah.
And he was radicalized by Joe Gorman's quote unquote bits.
Was it like the teaser for the locker room talk podcast where I say like, makes you want to take a loaded gun to a public location and dispense justice?
Maybe that's not the best thing to have in the 1.5-minute teaser for the show.
But it's so funny.
It is.
What a funny thing to say. Like, what a funny thing to, like, encourage. Like, I don't know.
Advertise on your
in this
podcast.
day and age, like, it's such a sensitive topic, like, to be so crass about it.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, you shouldn't have to explain, like, why it's funny. It's funny because it's absurd.
Yeah.
And then people are like, well, you have to explain. Like, that's I hate it when people are like, explain to me how this is funny, and you explain like why it's funny. They're like, well, if you have to explain it, it's not funny. It's like maybe it's just not your joke, bitch.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want you at my fucking audience with your fat, ugly fucking face, quizzically going over everything I go over. I want to cut your fucking throat, dude.
So, Joe, can you explain what's so funny about me having a fat, ugly face and a throat you want to cut?
Yeah, dude. It's just like, because aesthetically, for the survival of the human race, you want to be like a good-looking person,
Right?
But then we also live in this society where you can't bring out somebody's shortcomings or disabilities. So for me to talk about like a fat, ugly face and saying I want to fucking cut your throat, it's like those are so many social taboos that are being broken at once. The only logical response to process it is to laugh.
When you really break it down, we're artistically the greatest comedy podcast out there.
Yeah.
Well, we understand what we're doing, but we're so easygoing about it. The equivalent of a professor wearing a black T-shirt with jeans.
Yes. Yeah.
Smart but casual.
The acting teacher who sits on a backwards chair and tells you how it is.
And eats that fucking delicious little pussy from the most beautiful girl in class.
Now, Joe, can you explain why you think it's funny to say eats the delicious little pussy of the...
Yeah.
Joe writes the sentence on a chalkboard and diagrams it like noun, verb, adjective.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like
we just see a close up on Joe's eyes and all this mathematical formulas going across of his eyes.
Oh yeah, man, it's great. Again, it always goes back to like the taboo of what you can talk about and also how to describe certain things. It's like, great.
Can you explain why you think that's funny?
Delicious little pussy is so upsetting.
Yeah.
Even delicious pussy, like, can you imagine like going down on a girl and looking up and go, "This is delicious." Just describing pussy like literal food.
Next time you hook up with some chick, Bobby, just like go down.
Matt can too.
No, Bobby. Okay. You look up and just say, "Scrumptious."
Holy shit! How do we both do that?
That's
Matt, that metal in your arm is like getting my brain transmission. Matt's using that. He's like gonna beat all of us to like punchlines and shit now. Well, now you have to do it, Robert.
Yeah. I have to. Sorry, it was a bit on the podcast, babe. I had to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, film it. Tell us how it goes. Put a GoPro on your forehead.
I'm out to date with a girl and we're just vibing in a way I've never vibed with someone before. She's so beautiful and I'm like, I think I could fuck her tonight, but this isn't a one night stand. This is the one. And then I start, as we're walking towards my apartment, I remember what I have to do. And then a single tear just goes down.
Yeah.
And then
you have to eat every part of the pussy.
Every part of the pussy. And I look up and I say, "Scrumptious." And she looks at me and goes, "I've been waiting my whole life to hear that." Then you guys are both the best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we tell the story in the best man speech.
No. Oh, my God. Don't do that. Then it's ruined.
I know. That's the plan. We ruin your marriage.
Playing the long game, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it a fun bit that we get Bobby a wife and then ruin it before he's able to live happily ever after?
Bobby would be miserable if he had a wife, if he had someone.
I think that is a reasonable theory.
You think you want to be a bachelor forever?
No, but I also like I had a glimpse of like what that life might be like, and I was like, I don't know if I ever want this, but I certainly don't want it now.
Ooh, do you
know
think
what I
you'd
mean?
ever want it?
I don't know, but also like the idea of being like an old man alone sucks.
Scary.
I think it might take me a while to settle down, but you do have to settle down eventually.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not like, if you don't have DiCaprio fame and money, then once you start reaching 60.
What about Bill Maher?
Yeah, he's 60, but he's also rich and famous.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He has like a syndicated HBO show. I think he's all right.
Jesus. I already took Claret, and I may have to take a second one.
Yeah, the cat's been all over this place, dude.
Cat's in a cradle and a silver spoon.
Yeah, Matt's
And
gonna fucking die.
you're wifed up, Joe.
I am
And-
forever.
And how did you? Because you're 37, but you were what 35 when you and Kelly met?
36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but was there ever a moment in your life where you're like, like having a girlfriend feels too much, you
Yeah.
know?
But
Yeah.
I was like in my 20s when that was going on.
Yeah. Because it's this weird thing. Because I had like my first girlfriend at 30.
Uh-oh.
And-
That's not a good
Yeah.
sign, Robert.
Oh, it's definitely a red flag. But
Uh-oh.
it's this weird thing because I'm like, this is the thing I've wanted for a long time, but then it starts to feel like, at least for me in that moment, not now, Alexa, I'm opening up. In that moment, I felt like almost like overwhelmed, like there was too much. Like I found myself wanting to be more and more alone, and I'm an only child, so
Yeah.
me wanting to be alone and sort of introverted has been a constant in my life.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I don't know if that's because she wasn't the one, or I wasn't ready, or I'm not capable at all.
There's only one way to find out.
How?
Get married
Yeah.
to a different girl.
I kind of, now that I've had this experience, like I meet guys that they're constantly grousing about their girlfriend,
Yeah.
and I'm like, maybe you don't love her. Maybe you shouldn't have
no.
moved in with her. Maybe you shouldn't have proposed to her.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to be the guy who says, "Ugh, my wife."
No, but okay, there. That's like boomer humor that some guys do. But I think
Boom, boomer humor. We need to just do that at Mike's when someone does a
Yeah.
joke. Boom, boomer humor.
Yeah.
Anytime someone does a wife joke, well, genuinely,
Yeah.
not like, because there's people who will do the joke as like, haha, look at me doing that joke. But I like,
This
it,
close
Matt.
to asking Matt to stop doing the podcast.
yes, I think I may just go take Claritin, but I do like the idea of just yelling boom, boomer humor at people.
I think that's bullying.
Yeah, I like it. I'll be right back.
All right. Good luck, dude.
Yeah,
We're never going to see Matt again.
I don't think so.
Finn, is there anything you want to talk about? You just want to keep hanging out here?
So when you were in your 20s and you
Yeah.
had that stifling experience, did you break up with her?
No, I just kind of, the relationship eventually fizzled out.
Okay.
And I just kind of fucked around. And then I was dating without, like, direction or
Yeah.
intention of long term.
Well, that's kind of how I feel now because I'm like, I do not want a girlfriend, but also I like for the foreseeable future, I don't want one. But I'm not a guy that can't have sex for a long time. That can go without
gotta
sex for a long
bust.
time. I got to bust regularly. You know what I
You got
mean?
a bus. You don't care who it is.
Well, I do have some parameters.
Like what?
That's
Has to be at least 16.
has to be a certain age. We don't
Now,
have
you
to quibble
gone
about the
cruising
specifics.
in New Jersey to get a little of that fresh out-of-state puss.
No.
Come on. When you were in New Jersey, you were hooking up with like 16-year-olds on
My
the way.
rule since I've been 18 and out of high school is 18 and out of high school, and I'm sticking to that rule.
You didn't have sex before then, though.
Exactly, but it was still my rule.
You can't put a limit on 0.
Now, Matt actually has had sex with a 16-year-old in New Jersey, correct?
Not in New Jersey, and this is like when I was 16.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See, Joe is disappointed that we're not yes-anding the we're pedophiles bit.
Yeah,
It's not a
come
ped-
on.
it's not-
Haven't you guys ever taken an improv class before?
It's not pedophilia if the state is like
I was more
Enjoy.
disturbed. I was more disturbed by the fact he said it was in New Jersey than he said it was with a 16-year-old. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Imagine having to lay pipe while listening to The Boss.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My last girlfriend was from Staten Island, which is that step above or below New Jersey?
I think Staten Island's a step above because it's still in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like, there's like Jersey City, which is a cool part of Jersey. Is there a cool part of Staten Island?
I mean, would you? I mean, at the end of the day, like it's still New York. What do you think, folks? Staten Island or New Jersey? Which is the least disgusting and a shameful place to live?
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Let's give them something to think about.
I don't know. I've done better with girls who live like Queens,
Nice.
Jersey, somewhere at Manhattan. Girls, they expect or they want to change me.
Nice.
They expect more. They want like they're more high maintenance in my experience.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No woman can resist my charm. No race exists that's immune. Go up and say, "Hey, baby, you want to
Yeah.
see me fucking smoke some weed?"
Yeah.
And
Joe,
play video
can you,
games?
you reminded me because you said race. I've never fucked an Asian woman. Can you tell me how?
Yeah.
He's
For those listening,
going-
Joe is showing me
Are
his
you
dog.
hungry?
Are you hungry?
Okay.
I've fucked an Asian woman before, but
No,
we
you
don't
haven't.
talk about that on this podcast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but
just
she's-
one, Matthew?
she's-
More than one.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's
other
talk
ti-
about
other
another one.
times. Yes.
How did you, is there any method that I should try? Don't say they're just like any other woman because I've been fucking women my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, not
Not
actually
your whole life.
but for most of my
You've been
life. I
fucking
haven't.
women for the past 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like when you're fingering them, imagine you're building a Samsung phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What
There's
if it's a Samsung Galaxy and
Yeah.
it's gonna catch on fire?
Ooh.
That's what I call giving a Asian woman gonorrhea.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if you just figure out, there's a formula to it. A lot of math.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you can figure it. Like, if you put two hands in, you could do like the fortune teller thing.
Ooh.
Is that an Asian thing, or did I just make that up?
That's
I just
Chinese
mixed up.
thing.
I just mixed up fortune cookies and fortune
Yeah.
teller. Yeah, if you reach all the way up there, you can pull out a fortune.
I've only white, of course.
Ooh,
Right.
yummy, yummy.
Jewish, if we. I don't know if that's white or not.
I mean, yikes.
And this is probably not the context in which we should have that conversation.
I
Latina.
think it is the only context we should have that conversation.
Jews aren't white. I need to feel like I've fucked multiple races.
Yeah.
So therefore,
Yes.
Latina.
Latinx.
Latinx. Well, I've only fucked Latinas. I haven't fucked a lot of Latinos. Is that homophobic?
I mean, they're all Latinx. So you have had sex with a Latinx.
Okay.
Any person of Latin descent is a Latinx.
Okay.
So we don't exclude our Latin friends who are not identifying as male or female.
Okay. Well, I haven't fucked any of those freaks either.
Yes.
So just
Yeah.
women.
I have a few Latinxes,
Ooh.
as in X's that are Latin.
We got.
Boom,
We got it.
wordplay.
We got it, Matt.
Yes. I mean, for some of our listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have we should have like spark notes
Yeah.
of our where we kind of explain the bits.
Yeah. In case anybody's wondering why we think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all the races you slept with?
I've slept with black women too.
Yes. I haven't done that. Can you tell me the method?
The method.
Yeah. I've made out with the black girl before.
How was
Ooh.
it?
Tasted like Kool-Aid.
Did it? Come on. Did it really?
No. It was cool. And I've gone on dates with black girls before, but never
You
hooked
never
up with
se-
them.
Never sealed the deal.
No.
Wow.
Nope.
Was it because you offered to pay for 3/5 of the meal? It's a good bit, Matt, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to leave those bits aside.
Right. No, I think it's because I took him to Applebee's instead of Red Lobster. I should have
Oh,
known
yeah.
my audience better. I've been with Latinx. I've been with Asian, white, and Jewish.
And Jewish.
And
Middle Eastern or Indian folks? Huh?
Is Turkish Middle Eastern?
It's actually Europe.
European.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I consider it to be Middle
I was
Eastern.
with the Turkish girl
Ooh.
who she had. I guess that almost feels like Greek almost.
Mm-hmm.
I was with the girl who was like Persian. Yeah, I was with a Persian Jew.
Ooh.
A what's it? Sephardic Jew.
Ah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So yeah, I've been with Middle Eastern.
Joe.
Kelly Taylor.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
You lost your virginity to Kelly?
Uh-huh.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's see here. I don't know. I think pretty much like white women,
Jewish.
Jewish women. I feel like white and Jewish is all the same.
Japanese.
Japanese.
Oh,
Chinese.
Are we talking specific kinds of Asian?
Yeah.
Why not, baby?
'Cause I've been with Chinese, Korean,
Here we go.
Thai, and I think I was with a Filipino woman.
A Filipino woman.
A Filipina.
A Filipinax.
A Filipinax. What other kinds of Asian? North Korean? No. I haven't-
Nice. Hell yeah. All you need is some food.
Yeah. I don't think I've been with a Japanese girl.
Ooh. Me likey the Japanese.
Yeah. Oh, I was with a girl once. I forgot what she was. She was like half white and half. It was one of those like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. It was like one of those.
One of those.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. Or Singapore, maybe.
Yeah.
No,
Daughter
it was.
of a war bride.
Yeah. But she was mixed race, so it
Nice.
was. She was half white.
Matt loves those mixed race women, dude.
Yeah, I tried to think about the white part.
No, you don't.
Well,
You're
if you hook up with a girl that's half white and she gets pregnant, that's 3/4 white. That baby might look completely white.
I'm actually Jewish.
just enough ethnicity to give them like a healthy immune system.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
not with the Jewish side. They're gonna
I
have
got-
allergies and sinuses.
Yeah, I need to fuck a woman right now. I need to procreate with a woman who is not Irish.
Why?
I feel like I'm 100% Irish and I feel incesty, you know.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit the product of incest. You know, and I know my parents aren't cousins and I'm pretty sure their parents aren't cousins, but there were some cousins.
Yeah, not
But-
that long ago.
There were some cousins not that long ago, I
Yeah.
feel like. Yeah.
Do you think
To be
that's-
100% something is not healthy. We're in America, baby. It's the melting pot. You know? Like, fucking Joe has this beautiful skin, this long, wavy hair, this ability to do drugs and not die.
Yeah.
I have the body of a Greek god.
Small penis?
Not that Greek god.
the brain and nose of a Jewish man.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and I'm attracted to, like, when I see a girl with red hair, I think that's attractive.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that to my children.
Why not?
To definitively know, like, I'm giving, at least if I fuck a non-red-haired woman, there's a, I don't know, 50% chance that I won't have a redheaded child.
Yeah.
But if I fuck another redhead, it's 100%. And I am more attracted to, like, brunettes than I am blondes or redheads. And I
Really?
think that's my body's way of being like, dude, don't have fucked up looking kids. I mean, let's be honest. To some extent, my kids are going to look a little fucked up. But it's the level of
Not
like...
necessarily. Your wife may cheat on you.
Yeah.
Bobby's like, I have some beautiful African American children.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's like, honey, I was unfaithful. Maybe we should test the baby. I'm like, just my fucking fingers in my ear.
Yeah.
La, 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 la.
Bobby has a beautiful child, and he
Yeah.
spends the rest of his life assuming his wife cheated on him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how low my self-esteem is. I just
Yeah.
have a normal looking kid, and I'm like, man, it's not mine.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm like, I'm a little, I got a big forehead.
Bobby.
I'm kind of tiny. That's the thing is like having a boy. Like if I think about this sometimes. Like, in all likelihood, right? My wife's probably going to be shorter than me, right? And then
So
so
think she'll be beautiful, honestly.
she will be beautiful, of course. But she's
Not necessarily.
Not just that, yeah.
Joe's wife isn't shorter than him.
right.
Yeah, look at my Gumar. She towers over me.
Well, okay. Here's something to consider then. Maybe I should try to go for a taller woman because if I fuck
You
a
want
woman,
to join the mountain climber?
I think so. I think it might be time for me to get my. I don't know anything about mountain
Who are
climbing.
you going to hit up? You've been talking about that Anya Jones girl a lot. She's tall. You should talk to her. Remember
But
you
I
were
think if
saying-
Man, Bobby is flustered.
I think if I fuck a woman,
Bobby's got a crush.
I think if I fuck a woman shorter than me,
Say it.
then I'm going to have a boy that is at best 5'5", and I think that's a little rude to do to somebody.
But if he has like a recessive fucking tall guy, like her dad is tall,
Okay,
so like it's possible.
does it
Yeah.
work that way?
I don't know how fucking genetics work, dude. I'm not fucking Mendel making like
Mendel.
Yeah.
Mangala?
Nate Mendel. You know that guy?
I assumed you were referencing the doctor Joseph Mengele, but you weren't.
No.
Was he a geneticist?
I mean, he was a
Mendel
doctor.
was.
He was a genocidist.
Yeah.
Who's Nate Mendel?
It's just some fucking guy. It was like this monk. It's something Mendel. It was like a monk that kind of experimented with beans to figure out like recessive genes and dominant genes by breeding different types of flowers and beans. Look it up, kids. I promise. Uncle Joe knows a few things.
Yeah.
But yeah, somehow like dominant recessive genes. So it is possible that you would have a tall kid, even if you are short and your wife is short. Especially if your wife gets fucked by a big, tall, fucking black guy on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Finney died.
Damn.
Oh, God. He's not breathing.
It's the first dead body I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen one. Kelly hates it when I joke about that.
I mean, because...
Oh, no, he really is. Oh, no.
I mean, one day he is going to die.
No, he...
Joe.
He heard that, dude. Look at that. He was like, "What the?" He was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Sorry, Finn. But
Like,
it's
he
true.
literally-
Memento mori. Death comes from us all. It's the only
Yeah.
thing inevitable besides taxes.
tax.
He knows
you.
that Joe's doing a bit, but Bobby said that and he looked up like, what the fuck?
Hey, man.
He's like, "You gotta know your role in this podcast, dude."
Yeah.
Hey, it's okay, buddy.
It will be funny if when Finn dies, Joe is doing that and Kelly just doesn't believe him because she thinks it's a bit.
Well, yeah, Joe commits to these fucking bits, so it will be days, and he'll be like, I mean, he really is gone.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, I'm sure he's somewhere.
He's not gonna die.
Jay seems to think Bombastus is on his way out.
Jay doesn't know anything,
No.
but that's entirely possible.
I mean, isn't Bastards like 12 and a street
He-
cat?
he's a very old cat, and he has like basically the equivalent of like feline AIDS.
the Joe Biden of the household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have no idea what's going on.
That
but
means Finney's Hunter Biden. Are you Hunter Biden?
Are you
hell
filming yourself
yeah.
having sex with a prostitute, Finney?
I want to see Finney's
Isn't that
laptop.
cool that he's done that?
I wouldn't do that, and my dad is not the president.
Why wouldn't you do that? You've never filmed yourself having sex.
No. Have you?
Yeah.
Where's the tape?
Don't worry about it. It's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Where it's safe.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I've recorded stuff like on my phone when
Yeah.
I'm with the girl before.
Really?
Yeah. When
Just like save it for later.
when Matt's like, you want to play a game? And
Yeah.
it goes like, hello? Hello? And then you can hear Matt's phone. It's like all shit because like Matt has a shitty Android, so like the film is all, the footage is all grainy, and he's like, "You're getting warmer. Come a little closer." And she's like, "I just wanted to go. I'm trying to find my friends. We won't go to the cops. I promise." And you were like, "There's two schools of thought. The idea that Brett screwed Brett, and the idea
That
that Sean."
and Sean and the WWE screwed Brett at the Montreal Screwjob. What side are you on? And their answer is very important.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who any of those people are.
Are you Team Brett or are you Team Sean?
Oh God, I don't know. It's Sean. I'm Team Sean.
Wrong answer.
Oh God.
Bret Hart, excellence of execution, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And now you'll never forget it.
Oh God, he's raping me while also using wrestling moves. Even though I'm not familiar with wrestling, I am familiar with the moves.
It's called the sharpshooter. Get it right.
What a powerful
I will
scene.
yes and a rape it if I get to make wrestling references during it.
Do you have something to say, Finn?
Yo, Joe, I got something to say. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Winter coat. Remember when his hair was all short?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looked like a brand new man.
Yeah.
He was very handsome.
How often should a dog get groomed?
I don't know. It's been a while since he got his hair cut, but like dogs don't really need to be groomed. It's just like a nice thing to do every once in a while.
Yeah.
But for the summer, it's good to get his hair cut short.
Yeah.
So I think
He was walking around like he was king shit when he had a short haircut.
Yeah.
He was king shit.
Now the guy's got ready for the winter though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may be developing a tolerance to the Claritin. It took 2 today.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, this is the VH1 behind the scenes where Matt had a promising podcasting career in front of him, but then he started crushing Claritin and snorting it in the bathroom.
His Claritin addiction spiraled out of control.
I was able to control myself around the OxyContin after my broken arm, but the Claritin I just couldn't resist.
Dude, honestly, hats off to you. I'm fucking dreading breaking something and needing to take pain pills and being like, well, hopefully I don't get addicted to this.
Yeah. It's I still have like a couple left that I am just holding on to as in case I guess something else hurts. But then who knows? Maybe once I'm done, I have those 2 left, and there's just a day when I'm feeling like lazy. I'll just pop both of them and watch something. Movies.
Ooh, Matthew Marinade.
Yeah.
I love
But
that.
I know for sure it's not like I'm gonna have to need to get more after or anything.
Yeah.
Like they don't feel as good as edibles.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I just not get edibles?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's interesting when edibles start getting more popular. Maybe there won't be as many opiate addicts.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the
damn,
thing,
Jersey, you can do everything you want. You can fucking pop an edible, smoke some legal weed, and then like fucking dive into a delicious little 16-year-old puss. No questions asked. No police officers knocking on your door the next day, asking if there was any reason you're at the high school. It's
Joe
like,
got
yeah, there
fired
was
for the Board of Tourism in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there was a reason I was at the high school. I was fucking horny. I was ready to fucking bust a nut, and these little girls, they don't have to pay taxes just yet.
Yeah.
There's something good about that.
That's the I imagine the best part of being a hebephile.
And I'm sure there's like a few girls that are 16
Is that like
that haven't.
it's like a Jewish pedophile?
Yeah.
There's got to be a few 16-year-olds that haven't started puberty yet. Late bloomers.
Yeah.
How would that feel?
Oh man, you could be a creep so well.
Yeah.
For those listening, Joe's face while he was asking me that question was legit terrifying.
Yeah.
You would be a great actor for some fucking,
actor.
Virgins. I love them. Like a fucking kids remix.
NYPD Blue. I'm like the guy that you immediately see. I'm like, oh, this is the guy that's been fucking kidnapping and raping people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, he's just a fucking weirdo and kind of retarded. But he's not the guy you
Yeah,
want.
they do throw that curveball at
They
you.
always
right?
have
Yeah.
a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Finn? Do you think Dad would do that, or is Dad too busy smoking weed and playing video games to execute anything evil?
Do we have a 4th microphone?
Yeah, why?
We should have a guest.
For who?
I don't know. Maybe the listeners can decide. Sound
In
off in
general,
the comments.
yeah.
Who do you want us to have as a guest besides Finnegan?
Yeah.
That's what made me think of it because Finnegan's a great guest, but let's be honest, he's not very
It
talkative.
would never work.
Yeah. Yeah, we should start doing guests here and there.
Yeah.
Here and there, what's happened?
He-
Locker room talk has changed fundamentally. This is, I don't understand. I don't believe it.
Well, with one arm, it's hard for me to carry you guys.
Whoa! But so if we did do that, the only thing we need to change is we wouldn't record it on the computer. We just have to record it directly on the.
Zoom mic.
Well, there's an SD card on
Oh,
there.
okay.
So.
Why can't we record it on the computer before?
Because if you want the 4th mic plugged in, then
You have
that
to unplug the plug that's plugged into the
Ah.
It's this kind of technical talk that the listeners really tune in
Yeah.
for.
or you know what?
Well, we
could-
never talk to each other off mic, so
That's true, because we're
not friends.
exactly.
Well, we could also
We're
up it,
business
yeah.
partners.
We could also get like a Zoom that has way more mic outlets too. That's
Mm.
another option.
Yeah.
If we get to that level at the Patreon, we can start to upgrade our software. Maybe we can cross that bridge as well.
I will say we should only do 1 guest. I think 2 guests, because then that's 5 people. That's 5's a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4's
Yeah.
a party.
Yeah.
3 is locker room talk.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't understand like the oxy addiction. People get addicted to pain pills if they're not in pain. Like when wrestlers had painkiller problems, I'm like, yeah, they're in pain. But I don't understand like regular people who have those unless they're in pain all the time. Maybe from like
They're
physical
they're
labor.
getting high.
Yeah, it's not a good high compared to like edibles. There's so many other highs that are legal.
Yeah, but edibles, your idea of like, oh, why don't people take edibles? They're very new.
Yeah.
So people, that's how like middle-aged Hank Hill type guys become addicted to oxys, is because they're like, oh, I'll never smoke weed, but then they take
okay.
pain pills and they're like, oh my god, this is being high,
Yeah.
and then they're like, I'm just gonna get more of these pills.
Really, it's not much of a high, to be honest.
Well, you
It
say that,
depends.
but you're also probably not prone to addiction. So it's not lighting up that part in your brain,
But I have
that it
been
would
high-
100%
yes.
light up in mine.
Yeah, but I have been high before, so I know what it feels like to be high, and I'm
This
not
guy's never
necessarily
been high a day in his life.
I'm not necessarily going to be addicted to it because I don't have that personality. But when I've taken, take edibles and then I take oxy, and I'm like, yeah, why is this the one people are addicted to?
I took
And there's no one really talks about like weed addictions.
well,
I mean, I also haven't taken like 20 oxys at once, so maybe that's a different kind of high.
yeah, I remember I took Percocet when I had a surgery for my pellondital cyst.
Ooh, how was that?
It was it sucks. Don't ever get a pellondital cyst.
Do you mean that?
No, I would never lie to you, Locker Room Talk listeners, fans, associates, and etc. But yeah, I had it's basically like an ingrown hair on your tailbone, and it gets infected, and the doctor has to cut it open. So I was legit walking around like with my back almost perpendicular to like my hip. Like that's how far down I'd have to walk just to be comfortable.
You're like bent over.
Yeah, because that was the only my
You
dad
were
was
shorter.
If you can imagine, that was the worst part of it. I was like, fuck. Now I'm 4'11". This is like Danny DeVito style.
Yeah.
More like 311, the
But-
greatest fucking band of all time.
Bitches with the big tits. So anyway, all this to say, I had the surgery and they gave me Percocets.
Ooh, no.
And they're like, you can't drink while you're taking Percocets.
Boo,
Yeah.
faggots.
Yeah, but I was living at home, so my mom was like, literally, like, I know how much beer's in the fridge. Don't drink while you're while you're taking the Percocets. And I'm like, oh,
You're
fuck.
bigger than your mom, though.
That is true. Yeah, I should have taken care of that when I had the
Would
chance.
you have, if she came between you and alcohol, would you have beaten the life out of her?
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say as such.
Of course.
You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure the listeners could feel that I have that vibe just from my voice. and
Yeah.
Many would
aura.
argue, and I believe Jordan Peterson agrees, the true right of manhood is when you beat up your mother in order to do drugs that she's preventing you from doing.
Yes, and to save your father from the belly of the whale.
It's actually the 13th step to life. That
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson left out of that. book.
Honestly, you should beat the shit out of both your parents.
To assert dominance.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could beat up my dad.
Why? How big is your dad?
He's a big man.
Do you want to beat up my dad and I beat up your dad?
I don't know if you could beat up my dad.
I bet I could.
When my arm is healed, I'll beat up your dad.
Well, that's not in dispute.
Yeah,
But
Matt, beat up
Joe,
his
you
dad.
can't. I don't know if you
I
know
wasn't
this.
saying
You can't
whether-
talk your way into beating somebody up. That's not how it works.
I can though. I feel like I could. What is he, like a Navy SEAL?
No, he's a supermarket manager, but
His body's kind of shaped like a seal, though.
Yeah,
Is he a big guy?
he's a big dude.
Like a big burly guy?
Yeah,
Oh, really? Like from like loading crates and shit?
yeah, he's manual labor for most of his life.
All right, I can give me 2 weeks prep time.
Okay, this is gonna be at Skankfest next year.
Bobby
It's Joe
Sheehan.
Gorman versus Bobby's dad.
Bobby Sheehan, Bobby's dad, senior. You're a dead man.
Bobby's dad, senior.
That's on his birth certificate, which is weird because I wasn't alive for the first 33 years of his life.
Yeah.
But anyway, all of this to say that when I was taking Percocets and not even drinking, 'cause I was annoyed that I couldn't drink.
Yeah.
I'm like, fine, I guess I'll take these pain pills. And I was laying on the couch watching bad sitcoms, giggling and slipping in and out of consciousness, like sleeping all day and all night. And I'm like, oh, I could get addicted to this immediately.
It'd be so easy.
Yeah.
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 You look at a gun and you say it'd be so easy.
It'd be so easy.
What sitcoms were you watching that were bad? Call them out right now.
Dharma and Greg,
I don't even know
Spin
if I've
City,
Yeah, those
News
are
Radio, Boston Common. I'm just saying all the sitcoms I like.
Oh, are
Wings.
there ones you like?
I love sitcoms.
Yeah, I do too. Just Shoot Me was
Just
a really
Shoot Me
fun
fucking
one.
rocks. Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
Hulu. Enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah, I've been watching that 70s show on Peacock.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like that 70 shows for babies.
What?
I tried to watch it during lockdown, like get back into it. I feel like it's kind of for babies.
And actually, it's for people that were outside your age group. You're probably too young to enjoy it.
Well, I watched it as an adolescent and liked it, but as an adult, it's like oh, they're smoking weed. I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
it's cool now because it's like if you were to watch like a TV show about teenagers smoking weed and having sex, it would either need to be animated or done like kind of like a serious, heavy-handed manner that couldn't make it seem fun and innocent the way that 70s show made it.
Yeah.
That 70s show is really a product of its time in that sense, where they could be like, hey, look, there are these high school kids and they're fucking, and like they kind of portray the kids fucking and losing their virginity to one another in like, yeah, kind of like a lighthearted, funny way, but also not in like a way where it's like, this is like a very serious thing. And so they were able to play it up for laughs. I don't think we would be able to do now, at least not without some kind of warning where it's like, hey, this takes place in the 1970s and the culture was different at the time.
And you could have a foreign exchange student whose name is FES.
Yeah.
Foreign exchange student.
Who in real life was like taking the virginity of Hillary Duff and Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, he dated Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, hey, Wilmer Valderrama. Save a little of that young pussy for the rest of us, dude. Because if there's
that young delicious pussy.
young delicious pussy, he fucked the fucking binary out of Demi Lovato, and that's why she became non-binary.
She's back though.
I know. She better get hot again.
Yeah.
What a fucking bummer, man. When she got all non-binary and dumpy looking, it's like congrats on looking like every other non-binary fucking person.
Yeah, you can still just because you're not male or female doesn't mean that you have to like shave your head and get chubby.
Yeah. Hey, you can be non-binary and still have some self-respect, you fat pig.
it's like
Right, Matt?
Right. Now, Joe, can you explain to me why you think it's funny to say you can get non-binary and not be a fat pig?
Oh, because it's like such a fucking mean thing to say to somebody. So in this society, for somebody to actually say that in the culture that we're pushing now of kind of sensitivity, understanding, and empathy, to just blatantly call somebody a fat pig, which is basically dismissing all of the emotional trials and tribulations they've gone through, is another thing where you can't help but laugh at the absurdity.
I don't know, Joe. I think if you have to explain it, it might not be so funny.
Well, maybe you're not my target demographic.
Just redo a bit from 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. I do like the idea of Joe just loves being the contrarian so much that if we were in a time of more like less sensitivity, Joe would actually be a sweet soul.
Ooh, who knows, dude?
Joe would be extremely sensitive.
Or I just like have to go like even further and be like defending like Bin Laden and shit. You know, because it's like he did do a very cool thing.
Yeah. Oh, Saudi Arabia won like a big game in the World Cup. They beat Argentina. And it was like a crazy upset. And everyone was just, there was so many tweets like, best thing Saudi Arabia's done since 9/11. And then people going, what the fuck? Why would you say that?
Well, 9/11, I mean, come on. That was 3,000 to 19.
Yeah.
That's a high score.
It's a blowout.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were a bunch of like 9/11 references.
I don't know though. Argentinian women are very hot, and Saudi women, I'm not sure.
If we could see, maybe show us a little.
Show us a little bit.
Yeah, hey baby girl, I got something for you.
Why don't you just give us a little taste?
Yeah, I don't want to have to get on a camel to get a hump.
Come here, bitch.
Boomer humor.
Do you think they got big fucking titties, Saudi women?
Some
Depends.
of them. I think some of them
Depends
do.
on how much land you're willing to exchange for them.
Because what's the goddamn incentive if you're in a burlap sack
You
all
can
day?
get a ton of them though.
Yeah.
So it's like a quantity over quality type thing.
Yeah. I'm sure, Middle Eastern women in general. Some of them do, some of them don't. It's not like a with like Asians where it's generally small titties. Is there an ethnicity where it's generally large titties?
I looked this up. The women with the biggest titties are Russians.
Nice. I'm going to
Oh,
Russia.
that makes sense. The last girl I dated was Russian. Big old
Nice.
titties. It's actually two different Russian girls I've been with. Both big old titties.
What were their names?
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on the Patreon.
Bye.